rolls. Well, there are some machine wrapped in here, but this is mostly custom wrapped coins. I got some custom wrapped dimes here, and I also have some nickels and some pennies as well. So we're gonna look through these real quick and see if we can find anything cool. Um, for sake of time, I'm really only going to be checking the edges of these dimes. Um, but yeah, there is three machine raffles that are circulated. So this roll has one of those washer coins in it. But yeah, so I'm just checking the edges of the dimes, just because it's easier that way. Um, so um, hopefully, I don't know if I've ever found a silver dime from this bank. Well, I have, but I haven't found one in a while. As I always say, I don't expect one. But bear with me here. It's kind of an awkward angle, and I'm like doing this on a complete whim. But yeah, so But yeah, I'm just hoping I can find something. But yeah, ugh, messed up this roll right here. But yeah, hopefully we can find something. Well, looks like the dimes might be a strikeout, guys. Looks like the dimes. But that's how dimes go most of the time. Usually, I don't get much from dimes unless I get like an entire box worth. So far, looks like we will be skunked. The lighting is odd here, so I have to look very, I gotta look extra careful. Um, but these coins won't go back in the roll. But unfortunately, the dimes were strikeout. So let's try some nickels. See if we can do better on these. Nickels, I have to look at each coin, so it's a little bit different. I mean, not always. I don't always look at each coin. Sometimes I just try to go as quick as I can, but also so I don't miss anything. Nothing in that roll. This is the bank that gave me all those silvers last time, in nickels. And at least in the custom wrap rolls, so maybe we can, score some more. It'd be nice to score some silver on, like, a, random little side hunt like this. That'd be cool. But, usually, even with nickels, it's usually easy to tell by the edge. You will get a lot of nasty coins. But nickels are one of my favorite denominations to hunt. Mainly just because of how much of a variety there is. There's a 57. 1957. I will keep that one. Nothing else in that. Next roll. This one's taped. So that can be good and bad sometimes. You know, maybe it's just... You never know if the teller did that or if it was done by the person rolling the coins. Nothing in that roll. But yeah, I'm hoping to do some more live videos on my YouTube, at least on this channel. I've done live videos on my second channel, but I've kind of repurposed what I'm doing with my second channel, because this channel has pretty much just switched to being a coin channel. And you know, like, and sometimes I post videos about antiques and stuff like that, but it's mainly a coin channel. But I didn't want to change it to a channel name that was like, you know, Andrew's Coins or something, because I know, knowing me, if I went with a name that specific, I probably wouldn't stick with it. And I really want to, stick with a name that I don't keep changing over and over. And I think just my first and middle name is a good middle ground. And I also thought it was good because, having your first and middle name is good for, improving your YouTube image. So, like, if you get really famous on YouTube and, and your channel gets a lot of subscribers, you're known, your channel is known for your name, and not like, the best games on YouTube, and that's your name, like a pretty generic channel name. You want to be known for you, and if it's your name, and it doesn't even have to be like fully your true name, but it really connects like the channel to you, and so that's another reason why I chose to change it to something that was more of my name, because you can't get more creative than your own name. So not silver. I thought it was silver. It had a yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. But because the thing is, when I first had my YouTube channel, I was, all over the place, and I changed the name like 15 times each month, and it was just, I didn't like doing it. And so it's just like, I really want to find a name that, I don't have to keep, changing. And, eventually, if I wanted to switch, my content completely over, then, then I can still keep it the same name, because it's still my name, for my channel. So, I thought, that's a better approach. And so, that's what that's why I did that. And I'm hoping to keep it permanent, obviously, as long as I have this channel. Hopefully that can last decently long. But yeah. I'm trying to think of things to say. Um, but sometimes it's hard because I'm on YouTube. I also do live videos occasionally on Instagram. Um, and those I kind of just, talk about whatever. Um, and so that is what I do. But I don't know. I really hope eventually I can get this channel to 1,000 subs. That is my main goal for this channel. Um, because once I'm at 1,000 subs, YouTube technically pays you. Not really very much at all, but technically they pay you. Although I think there's a couple other um, things you have to reach on your channel for you to be able to um, do that. But yes, um, typically I like to do these videos. I like to post videos on my channel in a more um, professional setting, but um, I thought that this was a good way because I want to hunt these because I'm gonna get back to the bank tomorrow, and so and hopefully exchange these for more coins. Whoa. Look at this one. Someone like shot this one with a BB gun. That's kind of neat. Either that or someone did an experiment on it. Well, I guess it could be someone's experiment coin. I could have sworn I saw one with a S-mint. Oh yeah, I did. I missed this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm slowly getting. There's a 47. I did not see that because it was so worn and beaten up. Um, but yeah, um, I don't want to sound like sub greedy, but I was kind of hoping to get to 1,000 subs a little sooner, only because, um, like so far, um, the progress on my channel hasn't been quite as big as I thought it would be. But I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to get too cocky and be like, oh, well, I'm not at 1,000 subs, like be one of those people. But it's one of those things where I just. But I'm never going to stop trying to get this channel as far as I can. Um, and even if that means that, you know, I'll never get to a real high number. I like doing these videos, and I always like to think that if you're doing YouTube videos just for subscribers, you're doing it for the wrong reason. Um, You should do it because it's something that you like to do rather than something that you know will make you $1 million. Um, and so I've tried to also live by that logic because and I like making videos, and if for example, I am at a situation where I'm if I'm at a situation where I'm unable to um, post videos. Yeah, and that's the tricky thing about YouTube's algorithm is that they'll recommend like I would say this is my theory on how certain YouTubers get really big is because you could make like a video that is just as high tech and has just as much work and money put into it as like a Mr. Beast video or something, but get like 1/1000th of the views. Um, and so that's the tricky thing about YouTube's algorithm is that it's really random when they choose to promote your videos a ton because um, there's a 44 wheat penny. First roll of pennies, I got a 44. Alright. Man, I kind of wish I had saved these. But But, yeah. Yeah. I just gotta find the people who are willing to, watch content like mine. But that's the tricky thing about YouTube is that they'll recommend your videos out of nowhere, and the only way for for anyone to get subscribers on YouTube is to have enough exposure, um, and that's only something YouTube can decide. Um, as far as I know, there's not really a way to get your. I mean, I guess there's tips and tricks and stuff, but there's no real like specific way, if you know what I mean. Um, but the trick is you just gotta have like a few videos in a row that YouTube chooses to um, show more than they typically would, and you gotta find out what those videos are, and then take them and um, and then make more videos that have a similar editing style or something. But yeah, um, it's always been kind of tough in that way because um, um, you can make videos as nice and as good quality as Mr. Beast or any of those other people, but if YouTube chooses to leave your videos unrecommended, you know, that's it as far as getting 10 million subscribers. um, and obviously, when I mean doing YouTube videos for the purpose of wanting to do them rather than subscribers is true, but obviously also you still want to gain subscribers. But what I mean is, like, don't solely do YouTube for the purpose of making a bunch of money and stuff. Then you're going about it the wrong way. Um, but obviously, you still want to get subscribers. But yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can eventually get this channel to 1,000 subs. I'm getting closer to 600 subscribers now. I'm at like 590 or 591. Sorry, I have to keep moving around because the way I'm sitting is kind of awkward. Oh, there's a dime. A lot of people hate on custom wrap rolls, but that's one of the advantages. You make money. Dime and a penny roll. Yeah, we went to our state fair today, and we didn't go on any rides, but we went on our the Washington State Fair, which is our state fair, and we went there today, and just went around, did a bunch of stuff. Oh, actually, you know what? Speaking of that, there's something that is coin related that I want to show you guys from the Washington State Fair. I don't remember. It's in one of these bags. Oh yeah, it's right here. So at the Washington State Fair, they have these different booths for different organizations, and one of them was the Pacific some Pacific Northwest something numismatic association. Oh no, Pacific Northwest Numismatic Association, and this is in Washington. I mean they do do some in Oregon and California, but they had this thing where kids could not kids, anyone, where people could find their birth year in just a bunch of different pennies. And this isn't my birth year, but I found this. Again, it's really hard to tell, but this is a 1944 wheat penny that has some luster on it. I mean, think about this. Over 80 years old. It's a 1944. And it had fantastic detail. So I was just like, hey, can I grab this one? Can I get this one 2x2'd up, even though it's not, obviously not my birth year. I was born in 2006, so definitely not my birth year. But I got that because I saw that was in there. I was curious where they got those pennies too. If it was just ones that they've collected, or if it's like um, ones that they've but yeah, that's basically the sum up. It's really yes, I did get did get it for free. It was one of those things where like they had um like a bunch of coins on display, and then they had like a couple little activities that just kids and other people could do. Um, so that's how I got it. Yeah, I took some pictures. There was some insane coins over there. Ones that I don't think I would ever own in my collection. Like um, they had like a 1795 silver dollar. Um, they had like a proof half cent from 1840. Just absolutely insane stuff that I don't think I'll ever own. But I took a bunch of pictures. I don't think I can insert those, but um, yeah, just absolutely insane stuff they had there. They had a um, proof. Or no, not a. Yeah, it is a proof. A proof 1848 half dollar. Um, Seated half dollar. Just crazy stuff they had over there. And they have a bunch of coin shows, which I was thinking of going to. I don't know if I'm actually gonna end up doing that, but ugh, it's really uncomfortable. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna readjust the camera. Just 1 second. Yeah. All right. That is a little bit better. I was sitting there and I was just being super uncomfortable. Anyway, yeah. So they had a booth and we went up there and cause my the other part of my family went last week. Last week? I think it might have been last week or the week before. And I didn't go that time, but I went this time. Um, but yeah, so but yeah, so yeah, I'm going to um, I'm trying to get these hunted, so that way, um, I'm trying to get these hunted and rolled, so I can return them to at least one different bank tomorrow. Because I have these coins, and then I also have about a box worth of nickels. So I had gotten a box of nickels from um, my closest branch to my house, and I had hunted those. So I rolled that up, and I'm going to return that tomorrow and try to get some more coins. Um, so hopefully, yeah. Yeah. With my normal videos that I film where I have that black background, um, and I don't know if I don't think I mentioned this to you guys. As far as my YouTube, I don't think I've mentioned it. And the reason why I've stopped using those Rob Vines treasure mats is because I really like them, but I want to use something that's more of my own. Like, I like using the Rob Vines treasure mats, but I want to promote my channel rather than someone else's, because it's basically like free advertising. And so, and also I wanted a better background, so I had an old desk that I brought in my room, and I put some contact paper that I liked over it, and it looks okay. There's some bumps and stuff on it, but overall, I would say it looks decent. There's some glue on the back of this one, almost like it was in an album. Um, but yeah. For anyone who's still watching, do you coin raw hunt? And if you do, how's the whole coin shortage thing going on for you? Um, for me, I haven't been the bank to the I haven't been able to hit the bank as much lately because I'm a senior in high school, and so obviously I got a lot more stuff, more important stuff going on right now. But so that's why I haven't been hitting the bank as much. But for those who coin roll hunt, um, like how's it like in your area? Because I'm always curious about that. Because I always hear like these crazy horror stories about like banks saying that they're never going to sell to you again because of the coin shortage and just crazy stories like that. So I'm curious. Just do those who there's a Canadian penny. I just got a Canadian penny. But yeah, for those who coin on, what's your status right now? I So far it hasn't been like crazy bad. Um, but it's kind of hard to judge because um, yeah, yeah, if it's a really interesting thing to do. I mean, it's kind of like metal detecting. It's like I always make the analogy like it's kind of like if I don't hunt, but like if you were hunting, it's like hunting for a deer rather than buying a deer at a store. It's kind of more of an immersive experience. Um, and so it's you feel better about it. For a lot of people do at least. But yeah, it for sure is an interesting hobby. Because usually in the coin community there are the people who coin roll hunt and also collect collect coins for other things. And then there are the people who just coin roll hunt, and then there are the people who just collect. And I find in the wild there's more. I do run into coin roll hunters sometimes, but not too often. Um, but it's interesting for sure. I found a lot of cool stuff. Um, I found my oldest coin I've ever found is an 1880 Indian head penny. That I feel half the time I feel like people aren't gonna believe when I say it, but I found it on the floor of a grocery store when I was in there buying some stuff. An 1880 Indian head penny that I found on the ground in a grocery store. Um, so that was that, and then the second oldest one I found was another Indian head penny, and it's an 1880 something, but I can't see what the last digit is. So I'm saying second oldest because, obviously it's a 1 in 10 chance that it also is an 1880. Well, 1 in 10th chance. And then I think I found a 1899 V nickel. You know what's funny? I have been coin roll hunting for about 4 or 5 years, and I've never found an Indian head penny in a machine wrapped roll of coins of pennies, obviously. But I found two V nickels in machine wrapped rolls, so I'm always like, why can't I find Indian head pennies? Yeah, it is mind blowing to me. Um, I mean, yeah, just yeah, cause when I saw it, I thought it was just honestly just a worn penny, and it looked like a copper penny, so I picked it up. I didn't have my glasses on at the time, so it was hard for me to see. So I just thought it was a penny, and then as I was checking out, I saw what it was, and I was like freaking out. Like, I must have looked crazy because I was like freaking out when I was checking out. So that was probably my craziest find, as far as old and also. Um, how can Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things where I think it's a combination of the person didn't know that it was such an old coin, and also they maybe might have been older and didn't know that they dropped it or something like that. Um, and it's just like it was crazy. I mean, it wasn't super obviously, you know, the most you're gonna get out of it, the most you're gonna get out of the one that I have, um, is maybe a couple dollars at most. But one thing I always like to say is the coin might only be worth $1, but in your mind it's worth $1 million. So, so yeah, just I remember one of these channels that I watch, Half Dollar Make You Holla. Um, they used to live. They used to buy bags of coins from a place called Publix, which we don't have those in around here, but they were able to buy half dollars from the coin machine, and they had bought a bag. It was around $100 with the half dollars, and they found an 1851 large cent in a bag of half dollars. That's probably the oldest coin I've ever seen someone find. Oh, you know what? Um, Speaking of people finding crazy things in coin hunting, while I was at my bank today, the teller shared to me a story where, because this bank, there's at least two other coin collectors who go into the same branch that I do, And apparently, one of the other um, one of the other coin collectors came in and showed her a picture of a 1911 $2.50 gold coin that they found in a dime roll at the branch that I get coins from. And he showed a picture and everything of it in the roll, and it was a custom wrap roll, obviously, but it was absolutely mind blowing, and so obviously I'm trying to search as many dimes as I can because there's a wheat penny. Whoa, guys! Wow, that's actually a good find. And look at that, guys. I was just talking about cool ones you can find in the wild. Look at this. A 1934 Denver wheat penny, which isn't super crazy, but I don't think I've ever found that date. I gotta check what my phone battery's at. 11%. Yeah, I found plenty of the 34 Phillies, but I've never found one of the Denvers. I don't think. Crazy. I already have that coin, but still. But yeah, I mean, it's just like I was like, there's no way that's true about that 1911 gold coin. I mean, heck, I saw a video of a guy finding a 1838 $5 gold coin in a Coinstar of all places. It's just it really is just complete proof that you can find anything in circulation. You just have to be at the right place at the right time, um, and then you'll get the scores. I think honestly, it's just there's any coin that you can find in the wild, but you honestly just have to be at the right place at the right time. Like with that Indian head penny that I found. I was I probably I probably saw that coin about a couple minutes after somebody dropped it, and if I had not taken longer to see that, someone else probably would have found it. Um, and so it's honestly just a whole timing game. Um, and oh, there's a Wheatie. Got another Wheatie. This is $9.50 in pennies, 57, newer one. But yeah, so it's just like solid proof that you can find anything in the wild. Um, but you just you gotta be. It's just a game of chance, honestly, with anything. I guess that's really the luck of coin hunting. Um, but yeah, 34D. That's not a data I don't think I've found. So that's a new one for me. I have that coin already because I had gotten. Sometimes I like to buy these wheat penny rolls that are pretty much scams, because how they always say, like, unsearched wheat pennies, lot of 50 old wheat backed pennies, and they're most of the time they're scams. But that's actually how I found a lot of the coins in my album, is through those, even though you pay 5 times the price of what they're actually worth. You pay $12 for a roll of wheat pennies when they're actually only worth about $2 a piece. Um, so, to be fair, that is for like 40s and 50s ones, but still. But, yeah, I don't know. These are all custom wrapped, by the way. The only one. Am I on my last roll? I think I'm on my last roll. So, 3 wheat pennies at a 950 isn't that great for me. Um, but well, I don't know. My luck could change. This roll has a ton of copper in it. I don't know if you guys can see. Um, but nothing in that roll. But yeah. So that's it. You know, it hurts with dimes because with dimes, like, you want to check all the dates, but the dates are so teeny, and there's not much to find in dimes other than the silvers and the 2009s and the proofs, um, and um, and it hurts to not look at the individual dates. But the thing is, it just a lot of times it saves you a lot of time to just say, I'm just gonna edge search them. But yeah, so I'll show you guys what we found. So the nickels were kind of a disappointment. It was 20 bucks in nickels, and I only got 2 finds. Um, a damaged 1957 and a dirtied up 1947 San Francisco. It is a San Francisco, but being in Washington State, that's not too cool to find for me at least. A 2002 Canadian penny that is not copper, and then a 1981 Canadian penny that is copper. And then the best find of this hunt is definitely the 34 Denver. I have never found that date. I don't know. I gotta check and see if I can upgrade that one maybe, because I've only found one in that wheat penny roll. So maybe that'll upgrade, but not the best hunt of all time, but hey, I mean, if I can get a box of pennies where it only has 5 wheat pennies, but all of them are in the teens, I'll take that over getting, 12 wheat pennies in the 40s and 50s. So it was okay. I mean, I'll take it considering I got a date that I've never found. Yeah, decent hunt. Um, Man, I'm really missing? I'm really missing machine wrapped pennies because machine wrapped pennies have been pretty good lately. I think the last batch of machine wrapped pennies I hunted was a couple months ago, and I got 16 wheat pennies in that hunt. And I think most of the machine wrap batches I've gotten, I think pretty much every one of them hasn't had less than 12 wheat pennies. Well, hasn't had less than 10 wheat pennies. So, I definitely think as far as number of wheat pennies go, the machine wrap are the way to go. But I like custom wrap rules. I think that they get a bad rep for not too much of a reason. Yeah. But yeah, I'll take less finds in this hunt if I can find one that I have not found before. It's not necessarily a bucket lister because it's just a wheat penny, but yeah. One of the something cool that I had gotten for Christmas last year, cause I usually just put all of the coolest finds that I get during the year in a box. And all the 2x2s were kind of just laying on the ground. They weren't like organized at all. And for Christmas, my mom had got me this container that sorts those, or not sorts them, but this container that was handmade, and it was specifically made to store 2x2s, and so now that's what I put them all in. Although I got it last Christmas, so I'm hoping that I don't. Well, I guess it's kind of a good and bad thing. I'm hoping that I don't have to have an overflow where they all can't fit in there, but also that's a good thing because I'm getting a ton of good coins if that's the case. So Oh yeah. I'll show you guys a couple of the things I got in the nickel box that I hunted because I hunted that today. So the best thing, what's funny about the nickel boxes is this branch that's the closest to my house. I've gotten 3 nickel boxes in the last month and a half, and the first box wasn't that great. All it had was some older Jefferson nickels, and yeah, just some older Jefferson nickels. The second box had a 1936 S Buffalo nickel, a 1920 Buffalo nickel, a 1919 Buffalo nickel, a 1917 Buffalo nickel, 2 silver nickels, and 2 keyed 8s. And then the box I hunted today was again not the best box. So I'm always wondering I'm always fascinated on how they sort this stuff. Because the thing is, this is pretty cool, and I don't find these too often, but the best find out of the box was got to be this 1938 Philadelphia Jefferson nickel, and I know you guys really can't see it at all. The camera never focuses during these live videos, and it's also mirrored, so you can't really tell. Not the coin, but the view. And then I got a nice 64. This 2023 with an odd look. It doesn't look like it came from an uncirculated roll. It looks like a proof, even though it's a Denver. And then a 2009, which for some reason, over here in the north, I don't get a lot of those. So, that's the finds for today. I mean, obviously I got other coins in the box. I didn't only find 4 finds in the entire box. That would have been a really bad box. Obviously I found more, but those are all put away. Yeah. Yeah, and that's really because my camera that faces me isn't that great, and also I don't know if technically, since this is a YouTube live stream, that maybe the camera from YouTube is making it look a little strange. Um, yeah, and also it's because it's odd lighting right now. It's nighttime for me, and when I'm filming a regular video, I have the flash on, which helps with being able to see the coins and stuff. So I don't really try to really get a good view of it because I know that there's really not too much of a good way for you guys to see it. And I'm not gonna get a fancy microscope and attach it to my live stream because I don't want to do that. So I'm not that big of a YouTube channel to do that. But yeah, so there's that. I gotta mark these now. I guess this is kind of another question for you guys. Um, like, do you think marking your coin rolls is a good idea? Because the thing is that when I first started coin roll hunting, I didn't mark my rolls at all, and so since I really didn't go out to banks a ton. I really kind of just went whenever we were doing something else, and so there were no marks on them. But then probably mid 2021, I started putting marks on the rolls. But now that I'm in my senior year of high school and there's a lot going on and I don't have as much time as I would last year or the year before to go to different banks, a lot of times I'm not putting marks on the rolls because a lot of times I really just don't think it's necessary because I feel like I'm not going to get to a certain branch often enough that I'll get my own coins back. It usually doesn't take too long for a bank to ship out the coin, at least in my area. And so usually it isn't an issue. But I don't know. I might end up marking these. But so this is so I'll show you guys this is what I do with machine wrap dimes. This is literally all I do. I open it, look at all the edges, and then tape it back up because I don't really look through the dates individually with dimes unless I'm really don't have. Yeah, because especially There's this one bank that is a couple cities away that um, they get a lot of coins from collectors, and so and half the time, like people who search them don't put marks on them either. So I can't tell, and that's the thing that sucks is that a lot of times I'll get like a box worth of pennies that's all custom wrapped and doesn't have a mark on them, but you don't know if they're searched or not because there's no mark on it. And I don't want to, I don't want to be a hypocrite, right? I don't want to create the same situation for other people. But that's kind of why I'm torn, just. But yeah, so anyway, I'm probably gonna stop this because my phone battery is at 5%, um, and I want to take some pictures of these coins, and yeah. One thing is I kind of regret hunting these coins because, I got this cool 30. I got this 34D, and because I was debating whether because I wanted to just return the dimes. All I wanted to do originally was just hunt the dimes and return those, and then save the pennies and the nickels and combine it with any that I get tomorrow. But I just decided to just hunt it all, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't save it because if I had gotten some other coins tomorrow, this would have been in that hunt. But I just figure I'd do this because I don't have any quarters, and I didn't, cause I'm downstairs right now. My whole setup is upstairs, and I don't want to get that ready, so um, I just did it like this. So I'm gonna end it here. This is like one of my most eventful live streams ever. But I'm gonna end it because my phone's on low battery, and I want to take some pictures and stuff. So I'll try to do these more often. Sometimes it's hard because I'm filming on my phone a lot of the time, but a lot of times what I sometimes do is I record the live stream on my laptop and set my laptop up and then film on this phone. Because when you're coin and roll hunting, you don't really need a fancy camera. A phone works just fine. So, anyway, I'm going to end it here. I don't know if it is nighttime or whoever's viewing is. But it is 11:42 p.m. For me. So I'm gonna turn this off, charge my phone a little bit, and I'll try to do another one of these videos soon. Peace. Good night.